William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIKWM France deck G456 game with Romero, JG, and Anis. Let's take a look at the G6 cards. So we've got Banker. Banker is like one of those marker cards, move it around, get extra stuff. I don't think so. Gelder, whenever you use an animal space, you get a stone and a bonus point if there's only one animal. That's actually a bit of an interesting card, but before I'm really seriously thinking about taking this, I probably want something like a guaranteed 5-room house, or I want something that lets me like do more on animal spaces. Yeah, so for me, Gardener's Wife is fine. It's weaker than, so like I'm looking at Grain Seller, Stonecutter, Peasant. I think the first pick here should be Stonecutter, because Stonecutter will let me play major improvements. Like it'll support a Peasant game. And Grain Seller on the rebound with Stonecutter would be fine. Like I think it's just the most flexible card. I'm not sure if it's the best by power, but it's certainly one of the most flexible. It also gives me a lot of options for taking good minor improvements, because the minor improvements that cost stone are all really good. Whoa. Okay, so this is actually a very interesting pack. So I see Writing Maniac. I love Writing Maniac. I see Hill Farmer. I love Hill Farmer. Vegetable Vendor. Vegetable Vendor goes with my Stonecutter quite nicely. Gives me lots of incentive to go on the major minor space a lot. Get an extra vegetable every time. I think there's Poker Player. Poker Player I don't think is all that strong. Requires a lot of work. Handmade I think is actually really difficult to make work. It's quite a difficult card. So for me, Writing Maniac is the stronger card. So I think I take Writing Maniac. And then I immediately regret my decision and see Veggie Lover. Wish I had taken the Vegetable Vendor, and then I could be playing Veggie Lover here. Village Head. The discard a card cards are usually very good. They usually overperform, but I don't like them because I like playing white cards. So I could take Clay Mixer here, because Clay Mixer plus Stonecutter is a thing. I think though, I think the pick is just Master Stableman. Master Stableman is just like a really excellent card. Building cheap stables, getting to hold stuff earlier. Well, we actually have some interesting choices here. Like, if I think Hill Farmer is going to come back, Plow Deal Maker could potentially be free. Like, Plow Deal Maker free with, would be pretty cool. Alternatively, I could take something like Harvest Helper. I haven't seen any way of getting grain yet, so Harvest Helper is an okay way of doing that. Especially because I've seen the Grain Seller, so there should be someone that goes for like an early grain strategy. The other thing I'd consider actually quite strongly is Basket Maker. With Writing Maniac, you definitely want ways to get even more food, and Basket Maker is a way of doing that. There's also Cocotte. Cocotte obviously fantastic with Quarry, Clay Pit. I also have Stonecutter, so I have some extra incentive for building nice improvements. Basket Maker is 1 read to 3 food, and Cocotte is one food every time I play major improvement. That's the way I look at it. And plus any other combo, but I haven't seen any other day labor occupation combos. And speculating on a minor improvement, don't love doing that. So I think the safe pick is the basket maker here. Yeah. There is some fishing combo in there because the last pick had riverboat guy in it. But I think this is the correct pick. So I hope you guys are doing well. I had a really good weekend. I don't know if I talked about this already, but I actually won the pre-release event, one of the pre-release events at my local board game store for Magic the Gathering. So I was quite happy about that. We got Peasant back. Awesome. Definitely taking Peasant. So a little regretting not taking Cocotte. But that's okay. I mean, Peasant Stonecutter are enough reasons to build major improvements anyways. Wow, Vegetable Vendor came back. And Hill Farmer. And Market... I think like the best... my favorite 4 cards out of this pile did not get taken. I know Market Crier has some issues, but it's still an incredibly powerful card in certain setups. I mean, I could almost take it just because it enables me buying the ovens much more efficiently. But yeah, no way. There's no way I'm not just taking Vegetable Vendor here. Getting 3 food with Stonecutter Peasant when I build major improvements, there's just really no question. And then... okay, so what's my Writing Maniac going to look like? I probably play Basket Maker first, then Writing Maniac can play Vegetable Vendor, Stonecutter, Master Stableman, Peasant in that order, or that's pretty slow. I probably want those cards out earlier, don't I? Like, because I'm probably going to want to build a Cooking Hearth, so like Writing Maniac should play Vegetable Vendor and Peasant in stage 2, and then maybe Stonecutter in stage 3. And then Master Stableman in stage 4. That's a pretty late Master Stableman. I could take Pig Breeder and play Pig Breeder in round 4. That's an option for sure. And then I get my Master Stableman out earlier. Very likely. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. So Steel Plow is an incredible card. I mean, I've got Stonecutter in hand, so it doesn't even cost me the stone. With Peasant, I mean, I'm hoping to get more than 2 fields out of Peasant, but if I only get 2 fields, covering 6 spaces is fine. Ashbringer, Day Labor Space, getting another 3 wood. A little sad passing that to the Cocotte. Muddy Bog is a fantastic card. Broom is a fantastic card, especially with the discard cards. Being able to fill your hand again with Broom, oh, that would have been nice, but alas. So I definitely don't need Heavy Plow with Steel Plow in hand already. Don't need Borrowed Plow. Probably don't want to I definitely don't want a Shepherd's Crock game because I'm already going to do like 6 fields, so I don't have room on my farm for Shepherd's Crock. So Goblet is more doable having Stonecutter in hand, but the thing is the Fish Trap. Often whoever plays Fish Trap has a very high chance of getting 2 stone in stage 1, so it could be difficult beating them to it. Woodcart is a good card, especially because I know Cheapskate is out there, and passing Woodcart to the Cheapskate it's a very strong combination. I think though Fish Trap is fine, especially with Basket Maker's Workshop in hand. It's been ages since I've played this card. Ages. Yeah, with basket maker, stonecutter, veggie vendor, peasant, I'm happy going on Reedstone food. 4 food and a stone to play major improvements with. It should be a fine action for me, especially with Raiding Maniac. So I still need to plan out what occupations Raiding Maniac will play. I think I like the idea of Raiding Maniac playing Pig Breeder last, and then round 9. I often don't have time to. I don't have the food to pay for Peasant until I have the other cards out. So I think probably Peasant can go round 9, and then Stonecutter Veggie Vendor or Veggie Vendor Stonecutter, something like that. Yeah, with Veggie Vendor, I definitely want to be building a cooking hearth, especially with Master Stableman in hand. So, um, yeah, and I still have Basket Maker too. I'm not sure. Not sure how I should be playing this. I'll have to figure that out. Looks like we're just waiting on Anise, having a difficult second pick. Okay, coarse grain, no thank you. Parchment, it's redundant with Raiding Maniac. Beanhole is free, and Beanhole is a way to eat my veggie vendor, and Beanhole means I no longer need a cooking hearth. Yeah, I think I'll take that one. Holy. The fact that the food is delayed is a little sad, but I mean, I've got Fish Trap Basket Maker's Workshop to give me the instant stuff. So yeah, Beanhole looks perfect. Just perfect. Okay, I gotta be right back. Okay. Pole Barns is a nice card, but I don't have the setup for it. Expansion plans with Stonecutter is actually like a pretty interesting option, especially because I would like to build major improvements. So building major improvements, going up to a stone house, it's an option. Um, the thing I don't like about it is it's going to be difficult for me to get all my occupations out and get the resources to reno twice. Because really, with expansion plans, you got to be renovating right away. So I think I can just go for Winter Pond. Yeah, Winter Pond is a good card as well. Don't feel bad taking that at all. This looks like Seal. I think Artichoke Field is fine. If I just taken expansion plans, I'd probably take Builder's Trowel, but Seal, considering the fact that I want to play like all my occupations, and I don't mind. I can get Seal out before I play my first occupation, so that looks good. And then Goblet, just in case it falls into my lap, like the well does. Yeah. And then, honestly, none of these are good. Coarse grain, maybe I have an extra 2 clay that I want to turn into a point. Sure, I can do that. I got 2 minor improvements for my stone cutter, which is fine. I definitely could have gone, if I'd gone expansion plans, then I could have taken Builder's Trowel, and then as soon as, like, if round 5 is family growth, going to stone and expanding be pretty cool. The only problem is I don't have any, like, stone house cards. I don't have, like, you really want Silo Girl or Scholar or Manservant or, one of those cards. I don't have any of them, so I don't think I would get enough out of it. Would not get enough payoff. I think it'll be better just to grow normally, set up my occupations, set up my feeding, get my master stableman going. Seal should be 1 wood for 7 clay, which is excellent. And we start third, which is totally fine because 3 wood should almost certainly come to us. 3 wood into Seal looks fine, or 3 wood into Fish Trap. 3 wood into Fish Trap, I guess, is the play. Seal is food has a higher priority in stage 1 than clay does, for sure. So I am keeping an eye on Twitch chat, so if you have any questions or comments or see me make a mistake, please point them out. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch, and you can watch live, and you can chat with me, and call out my mistakes when you see them. Because I have been making some recently. I've been maybe trying to follow chat a little too much or something. I just haven't been playing the game that regularly. I'm a little out of practice, not precise with what I'm doing. 3 wood. So 3 wood into Fish Trap. And then I might even start player again Seal to read Stone Food a second time. Yeah, I have the resources to do it. And especially with Basket Maker, I don't mind if I get that out for that round before that round 4 harvest. I don't mind doing it. Yeah, that seems like an option. I need a lot of food to pull off what I want to do, so looks fine. Gray says, I would consider playing vendor before seal and playing the seal on major minor. So get a seal and a vegetable that way. The only problem is the vegetable vendor is not worth. It's not giving me food until I have a cooking hearth out. So I think I'm not gonna build a cooking hearth until later. Like I might not build a cooking hearth until peasant is out even. Like my plan for the early game is definitely fish trap food plus basket maker food to power me through the first two harvests. I don't know if I will get a cooking hearth before then. And the vegetable are not worth more than one food until I get that cooking hearth. But yeah, it's a good line to think about for sure. I can use beanhole. I can use beanhole. That's true. Beanhole is a little slower, but of course it gives more stuff. Yeah, it's a good option. Beanhole might make basket maker redundant. We'll see. We'll see how stage 2 plays. I don't have to be locked into anything. I'm gonna take Reedstone food either way. So poker player for Romero. Reedstone food, get an extra food. Yeah, my dream for this game, the dream is being able to goblet well as part of the family growth queue. So if I take Reedstone food aggressively enough, that'll keep the other players from getting to the third stone so that I can play the well before anybody else can. That's the other thing I'm looking at is if I take Reedstone food a whole bunch, then other players are not getting stone, and then I can play all those major improvements later because I've got the most access to the stone. So let's see what Anise does here. Takes wood. Okay, so I could play an occupation. I think I start player seal here. It's not the greatest move, and I would definitely complain about somebody else doing this in my position. I would definitely complain about somebody else start player when they're in start player. But if we don't look at the way that I'm looking at this action is it's not just getting me Reedstone food again. It's getting me an extra 2 clay over playing an occupation right away. Like, because if I don't play seal here, probably I don't play it for the next couple rounds, and then I lose out on at least 1 or 2 clay. So I'm gaining the Reedstone food. I'm gaining the clay. I think it's okay. And usually in round 4, it's pretty easy to get the expensive occupation space in round 4 because usually by that point everybody has played 2 occupations. So then the expensive occupation space is like way less valued. The other thing to keep in mind is what stage 1 occupations did we pass? And I think the answer is none. I don't think we passed any. I'll be really interested to see if Romero grabs a wood action with his first move next round. Romero could potentially have a round 3 wood cart, which would be crazy strong. With the dancer poker player, then could take wood and then second action cheapskate plus wood cart plus some other occupation, and that would actually be quite good with their poker player as well. Because he played dancer. Sorry, I didn't highlight dancer. Dancer gets you 4 food every time you go on traveling players. So there is 4 wood available, but Reedstone food is where it's at. Romero plays manual laborer. Okay, not what I expected. JG, yeah, JG's in a strong position. 4 food, 4 wood, 2 reed, round 2 sheep, first fireplace. Strong position, for sure. 3 wood is an option, but I want to get 2 occupations out before the next harvest, so I think this is Writing Maniac. Yeah, Gray says Romero didn't take cheapskate with poker player. Yeah, I agree. That seems like a little unusual. Okay, so what am I putting out? I'm putting out vegetable. Putting out stonecutter first. Then I'm putting out vegetable vendor. Then I'm putting out peasant. Then I'm putting out master stableman. Yeah, I only need 2 fields out of peasant, so peasant can come late. Not master stableman, pig breeder. I'm keeping master stableman in hand. So, second letter, T-E-E, second letter doesn't work. Third letter doesn't work. Are they all from unique decks? No, they're not. Last letter doesn't work. Fourth letter, N-E-S-D-T-K. Yeah, it looks like that. Fourth letter, N-E-S-D. There we go. Doe McDoeface says, "Hey Gray, hey well." And Twilden says, "Maybe playing vendor manually would do a lot." Yeah, picking the timing for vendor is nice for sure. I guess I'm kind of holding, the way I'm looking at it, I'm kind of holding my master stableman until I'm ready for it, because I'm not really sure when I'm going to family growth, so I don't know how many actions I'm going to get. Yeah, that's sort of the way I'm looking at it. Playing Master Stableman at the start of your turn as like a surprise move is certainly strong, but these I all want to play for sure. Like for sure. It is possible that I don't have enough wood to do it. Stowe Academy, the username was already taken on Twitch. Yeah, so my plan is still to play Basket Maker next round. I want to play Basket Maker before this next harvest, because I want to convert the 3 reed in order to pay for my round 5 occupation and my round 7 occupation. Because I want to keep doing Reedstone food actions, and with Basket Maker, my next 2 Reedstone food actions, assuming I get Basket Maker out in round 4, it becomes a 5 food 1 stone action, which is even better than what the Dancer has set up here. So I think that's good. Rope Fences, nice card. There's going to be lots of use for Reed in this game. Oh man. Well, passing up on 6 clay really sucks, but I think I do it. Yeah. I really want to get this played. Yeah, so the reason I did Stonecutter first is because of Goblet. There's a chance that I can build the well without using a major minor space, so then Vegetable Vendor would be irrelevant. Certainly Vegetable Vendor then Stonecutter would make sense if I'm playing cards like Beanhole, But I would really want both cards out. So if it doesn't matter when they come, then I don't think it matters. 2 food for basket? No, I think I only paid 1. I'm on the cheap occupation space, and it's my second. It was not. I didn't play that with Writing Maniac. I just played it like normally on Family Growth. Romero plays Bookshelf. Wow, I cannot believe Romero didn't take Cheapskate. Bookshelf and Woodcart. I wonder where Woodcart ended up. JG playing Thatcher. So if 3 wood could come back, that would be nice. At this point, I'm looking at 6 clay very seriously, thinking about renovating and building clay rooms instead of wood rooms. That would be an option. We'll see what Anise does here. Anise has action priority. No, he does not. Never mind. If JG takes wood, and JG can build ahead of him. So Anise should be building a room here. So then I have the option of 3 wood or 6 clay. And 6 clay is a far superior action. It would need, the thing about renovating is it needs an extra read, so it's another action before I can build a room. So I think probably I should just take wood and play a little normally. Oh, wow. Huh. Was not expecting that. I could take food if I take the read here. There's a chance that I get 4 wood next round. If I have a chance at getting 4 wood, then... And these guys will need to be building rooms. So I'm going to gamble on getting 4 wood and take Fish Trap here. And then I feed a food and a reed. JG has a lot of food with considering that sheep have not even been taken yet, which is weird. Yeah, there's Woodcart. So Romero did take Woodcart. Romero had wood. Oh man, Bookshelf and Woodcart in hand, and did not take Cheapskate. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, so Romero is gonna take the 4 wood, unfortunately. That means I don't get it. Wow, and JG had first room fall into their lap. First family growth fall into their lap. So that's a little scary. A little scary. Oh, Ock. Stonecutter, 2 food and a clay. The Cheapskate, I know Cheapskate came before Romero signed Saw Miners, but poker, if you're gonna think about playing Poker Player wants you to get your occupations out sooner. Cheapskate saves you an action on those occupations. And I would have taken Cheapskate hoping, if I'm thinking of playing Poker Player, I'm taking Cheapskate hoping that I get something like Bookshelf, Woodcart, Animal Pen, you know. Because that's what you really need. Like, that's what really ties those games together. And he's playing a cooking hearth. Okay, alright. So, JG is... Well, actually, you know what? JG is not forced. JG can take 4 sheep here and family growth next round. Does not have to first action family growth. I think at this point, because of how little wood is available, I'm going to reno before I build a room. So I'm going to take 5 clay. Yes, I agree, Tolden said that at exactly the same time. I agree. Yeah, so I actually have like kind of an interesting choice. I have goblet in hand, so having the goblet in hand and building the well without it is a little sad. Ooh. So he does have poker player in hand. We don't know for sure if he's actually going to use it, but if we could get some grain from Market Crier, that could be amazing for us. Like if we get 2 grain, we definitely would be happy building the clay oven or the stone oven, plowing a field with it, and it's saving us an action to actually take it ourselves. Peasant should be in play already? Nah. Nah, I only need 2 fields out of peasant. I have steel plow in hand. Even 1 field out of peasant is enough. 3 food for 1 field without an action is fine. Not great, but it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Now we don't know how many times he will market cry. That's a to be seen thing, but yeah, it would be pretty good. There's also a chance that 6 food falls into our lap, depending on what Anise does here. Like if Anise takes fishing to get their boar to start getting food, then I can definitely start player into 6 wood, and I would definitely start player. I could start player Goblet at this point. I could start player Beanhole, it would be free. I could start player Winter Pond, but I think I would play Goblet, may as well. And then just monitor Anise's stone and play the well before they get to the 3rd stone. Gray says, oh, I'm dumb, I thought Peasant was Pioneer. Oh, yeah. No, Peasant is the one that lets me plow a field. Wow, I'm getting it. I'm getting there. Well, this is pretty good. Okay, no reno. That's fine. 6 wood looks good. So I have action priority over Romero. So in order for Romero to jump me to the next build room action, he needs to start player. Anise has to first action build room. So I'm very likely getting an excellent move back. Romero can't jump me. Why not? He can take Reed. If he start player. Well, yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah, I wasn't worried about a first action start player. I'm more worried about a second action start player. Because I don't want to take start player when I'm already the start player. So I'm way more afraid of a second action start player. But it looks like he's not going to do it anyways because he just played Sun Farmer. So Sun Farmer is going to let him get a sheep on when he takes 2 grain here. Or no, get a grain when he takes 2 reed. What am I saying? Oh no, it links grain and sheep. Okay. I guess it's like kind of a take on grain combo a little bit. Alright, so the patron is pretty happy to pick Cheapskate, that's for sure. Cheapskate plus Gardener's Wife. Gets a couple of nice food and gets to play a minor improvement. I'll bring Cheapskate up a little longer because we were talking about it in chat quite a bit. It's a card that really lets you... It doesn't look like it does much, but it lets you power out a lot of stuff. This is kind of weird that he's playing borrowed plow here. I wonder. Seems expensive, but so the wood goes to Romero and the card goes to Anise. But yeah, getting Gardener's Wife out before your family growth. Second action, family growth around 7. Very, very, very good. Gray says Romero obviously has Grain Cellar. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But you need to grow. Like, you need to have actions for Grain Cellar to be. Yeah, you need actions, of course. I think we read Stone Food here. Yeah. Pretty sure that's the move. Prevents anyone else from getting another stone. And it's just a good action for me. 3 wood is fine. 4 clay is fine. Yeah, I think read Stone Food with Fish Trap. I don't need to get distracted. Just take lots of food early and then power out a strong late game with very efficient actions. Yeah, so Romero will take 2 read here. So I will have to first action build a room next round, but that's okay. First action build room, second action vegetable vendor well maybe, or vegetable vendor cooking hearth. Or I save the clay and I can use bean hole to eat my vegetables. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like the idea of building a clay room here, especially because of how much clay I have coming in from Seal. Does peasant and goblet work? Yeah. So the compendium, the WM compendium, the way Kimball said is the way we should be interpreting all those cards is you're playing it as if it was a minor. It's still a major, but you play it as if it were a minor, meaning you can play it on the minor improvement space. I think is the idea. So JG played Baby Sling, very very nice card. In this case, I actually like it a lot worse. It's like quite a bit worse. I actually like this like so much worse because he just moved everybody else up around. By doing this. So this is where Baby Sling is less nice. Of course you're freeing yourself up a lot, getting more actions. And the fact that Anise gets to family growth here is pretty gross. And then the fact that I get to family growth next round is also pretty gross. Like, it just ends up working out really well for the rest of the game. Like everybody else is going to benefit a lot. Now maybe he'll benefit more. Like he has had a very fast start. Like Thatcher, Gardner's wife, 2 fields already. Definitely in a nice position. Good feeding. Grace says, I'm not a huge fan of baby sling. Oh, I'll do my move first and then I'll read your comment. So I'll pay 2 food, get a clay, and play vegetable vendor. And then first action, build a room. And I have more than enough resources to reno and build a clay room. Grace says, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of baby sling unless you are accelerating your own future family growth, which I guess he could be doing since he can take 2 reed here. No, he doesn't need reed. He needs wood. He needs 4 wood to build room. So that is definitely possible. Market Crier. Did he ever announce Market Crier? Plus green vegetable Romero, yeah. He did. Okay. Yeah. There are some great actions around here. 4 wood, lots of good clay moves, 3 reed. Yeah. Romero is not really doing kind of weird stuff. Like lots of occupations and lots of like taking grain and stuff. So that's the quality of actions that the rest of us are getting is incredibly high thanks to that. You know what? I cannot afford to play. I can afford to play. I played the Goblet last round. I played Goblet ages ago. I was gonna say I can't afford to play Goblet here because I don't have enough wood for both. But joke's on me. I already did that. Wow, this is a really awesome spot to be in. And the only question is, do I eat a reed? And I think the answer is yes. The reason I would not eat a reed is because I need 3 reed to reno and build my clay room. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay to do it this way. Save S. I should type that. So yes, we have had an exceptional start. We have 2 more occupations that we can play without actions. We have lots of clay to build a 4th room in an early family growth game. We have Stonecutter in play already. We have excellent feeding set up already. Like those 2 occupations in round 9 and 11 are already paid for, which is beautiful. Yeah. I think I announced 2 food read, right? Did I do that? I should announce it. JG plays Muddy Bog. Setting up for a 6 wood grab maybe. Or setting up for family growth or building a room in round 8. Both of which are options. Renovating here, okay. Oh no, not star player, just Reno Muddy Bog. Okay. I guess Muddy Bog is getting him clay, which he can use to build a clay room. Like, yeah, he'll be able to build a clay room at the start of round 9 without taking any more clay. Sure. Problem is, he's got to beat me there. And he's got to beat Romero. And I do not mind taking start player, not with Winter Pond and Bean Hole in hand. And Steel Plow. I've got lots of good stuff to do still. So, is JG thinking about start player here? Yes, he is. Start player, turn up field. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, really nice combo. Picking up probably first pick turn up field after taking Gardener's Wife. Very, very strong. Good. Yeah, so JG is in a really good spot. Definitely my biggest opponent. The other two I'm not so worried about. Romero's game is just going to be a little too slow, I think. Just doesn't quite have enough actions to pull everything off. So what I want to see here is I want to see Anise take 3 wood, not to pass 6 wood. Good. I need to be taking wood myself as well. I need a good amount of wood in this game. Although, because I'm going to be able to occupy all my spaces so nicely, I definitely need less wood than I would otherwise. I do need 3 wood for Steel Plow, and I need 4 wood for stables, and I probably want to fence at least like 7. So I mean, I still want like 14 more wood, but yeah, and I might even get past the that other plow card, that 3 wood and a 3 food and a wood, and pass it for 2 fields. Like if I get that, I could cover, like I could only need to cover like 3 spaces with pastures. Although I probably do want a master stableman for 4 minimum, or like 4, which is the maximum, I should say. We'll see. I've got options. I've got lots of options. 3 stone for JG. I imagine JG looking at clay oven or stone oven here, considering they have grain sown already. So I need 2 read actions in order to be able to build another room. So I probably don't read stone food. I probably hope to get 2 read in round 9. Yeah, Nice read stone food here, forcing Romero to first action build. But I think he wanted to do that anyways because he wanted to build grow. That would be my guess. I very happily take 3 wood. Take the good wood actions when they come to me. Second action, probably Reno. And then third action, maybe Major Minor something. Or third action, Master Stableman. Ooh, oh yeah, no, I like that better. Second action, Master Stableman, because third action, take sheep is an option. Yeah, Reno doesn't have to come out for a little bit still. No big rush. Romero, one wood room and 4 stables. Makes sense. He's got lots of wood, so gives him space to hold his Sun Farmer sheep. And certainly with manual labor and wood cart should be able to accumulate wood very quickly. Denise plays cattle dealer. Ooh, it's a nice card. So maybe, so not thinking about another room, very likely just playing cattle dealer to get, so we'll play Master Stableman here. Taking the read just so that he can get the cattle out. So then the question is, did they get any... Oh, you know what? He has rope fences as well, so he needs even more read than he has. He needs another bunch of read. So actually, I'm competing with Denise for 2 read next round, which is good to keep in mind. Because they need 2 read for cattle dealer and 2 read for rope fences. So I could start player just to get 2 read. It's actually not awful. I could start player Beanhole or start player Winter Pond. It would mean I would have to take food somewhere else though. Well, if I start player Winter Pond, I get 1 food from the Winter Pond and 1 food from the fish trap next round. So then I would only need 1 more food to be able to eat without using Basket Maker. So that seems like an option. Doe Academy, aka Doe McDoeface, says, "Hey, I am about to start a game, but seeing as how you're the only Agricola streamer with a subscribe button, here you go." Oh, thank you. Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot. I was supposed to... I always forget. I want to spam wells in chat. And I actually built the well this game, which it's been a little while. And he's playing Major Stone Oven. Awesome. It actually hasn't come through that you subscribed to me yet, which is kind of weird. It shows that you followed, but it doesn't show subscribe. My activity feed might be a little broken, but yeah. Yeah, you get the well. You can go spam wells on the rest of Twitch. So thank you very much, Doe Academy. Enjoy your game. What am I doing here? I might actually start player to get 2 read. I could also get 4 wood instead, but I think the read is more important. So remove 2 food to play occupation peasant. Get a clay. Oh, I also have 2 boar available. Oh man. I really want 2 read. Maybe I should just read stone food. Maybe that's enough. And just take 4 wood while I can. 4 wood into 2 boar. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to be too greedy. So here's parchment for Romero. I guess he's going to use it to play his last 2 occupations, get that poker player out. And here's peasant by me. So I'm think JG will take 2 boar, although 2 boar is less valuable. They don't have a cooking hearth. I think it'll come down to what Anise does. Anise is either going to 2 boar or 2 reed. JG first action building a room here. Yeah, I don't actually think they needed to do that. I think we've seen that Anise needs his reed too much in order to be able to build another room. That's my guess, at least. Build the clay room, and I definitely want to be looking at building a clay room next round. So whatever Anise passes me, I'm pretty sure he takes 2 reeds, so I'll take 2 boar, and then I'll reed stone food with my last action. And that's fine. Yep, no, that's fine. Not a big deal. Romero SPing instead of just family growth is weird. I have to imagine that they want to play more than one minor improvement. That's got to be my guess. So they play steamer. Okay, so they're going to steam their sheep. Turn a grain of sheep into 4 food. It's a pretty bad conversion. If you're watching this, guys, steamer is not good. Oh, grain vegetable. Okay, so 3 food out of the vegetable. That's fine. It's about as much as you get out of fireplace. A little better than a fireplace. The grain in the sheep is like a pretty bad conversion, honestly. Grain into 2 food is not really that good. Last action, I need to pick up food. I could reno and build the cooking hearth here, but I think I just pick food, reed stone. I think that works fine. And then I'll do it once more next round. So feed 5 plus winter pond. And I breed the boar. Yep, unsurprisingly, Anise did his cattle dealer play plus rope fences. Makes sense. Gonna be able to grab nice animals. Anise certainly wants to take breeding pairs now and just plow a lot of fields, fill up their farm. Not eating a reed? No, I'm not gonna eat a reed. Reed is too valuable for me now. I don't want to take 2 reed anymore. I want to take reedstone food one more time next round. I think my next round is like reno, reedstone food, build a room, something like that, or reno, reedstone food, take wood. Something along those lines. I definitely want to build a cooking hearth. Is the other thing. Do I? I'm thinking cooking hearth because I'm going to play pig breeder in round 11. So cooking hearth. The problem is I can't reno and play cooking hearth and clay room. But I do get a clay coming in from pig breeder. So there's that. So that would get me to 11. I need 3 for my reno, gets me to 8. So I could build the 3 clay fireplace, which would still leave me enough to do a clay room. Okay, that looks fine. And so round 11 should be build a room and family growth. And pig breeder will get me a couple food. So looks good. Romero plays Occupation Plow Deal Maker. This card, I think, is not good. The ability to plow without using actions is good. But in this specific game, I think Romero is giving away too many resources. He's giving away food, and then he's going to have to market cry more. and market crying will give us reed. And so it's just like, okay, why would we not want to plow? We're going to plow, get food from you, and get grain from you. Like, it's so good. So I think the rest of the players in the game are going to benefit more than Romero is going to from his combination of stuff. Maybe he won't actually play it. You never know. JG plays foraging. Taking himself off of family growth. So that is something to be aware of by me, that family growth is available. Let's remove the winter pond food. So I could take 5 clay. 5 clay would let me do stuff. I think my 2 peasants are just going to be building fireplace and then upgrading. I actually don't know if I need... And then maybe building a stone house for the rest of my stone. Yeah, I think I need to keep taking wood while it's available. I need lots of wood. Yeah. I have a pretty nice sow action in round 11 if I could vegetable fireplace here and then reno cooking hearth for 2 fields from peasant, and then a sow action next round would sow a grain and a vegetable in round 11, which is like perfect timing for doing that. Definitely an option. Romero playing artichoke field. Sure. I don't know what they start playing into, but certainly something. Yeah, it just doesn't have enough actions. You need to grow earlier. With what Romero's trying to do, you need to grow earlier, which is why Poker Player is not a good card. It's just an ugly one. It tries to get you to do stuff that you don't have time to do is the issue. Yeah, JG looking very strong, getting another nice clay action, looking like they're going to be able to build another room, and then build a 5-room stone house. Very strong game for JG. The Cheapskate Patron combo has been really nice. Ooh, this is interesting. And he's playing Handmade. Does not have a boar on their farm. So last action, taking fishing to get a boar so that they can family growth next round. But what of course that means is it means that I will have to compete with them for that action, which I don't really want to do. Let's go ahead and reno and 3 clay fireplace. And pay a food for a field. And then last action, reedstone food, I guess? No, last action should be cooking hearth upgrade, because I'm going to get boar coming in for my pig breeder, so may as well do that. Yeah, I would like to reedstone food. But round 11 family growth is going to get occupied anyways, so it's not coming until even later anyways. Plus G. Yeah, here's Romero market crying some more. So, steel plow, bean hole, and pig breeder. So pig breeder gets played automatically. So I have 2 miners, steel plow, bean hole. One of them's for family growth, one of them's for a start player action that I decide is good. JG doesn't care about vegetable, so I'll go here. Plus V, minus food, plus I. JG building another clay room here. So interesting option. Anise has the option of not. Actually, JG has turn priority over, so yeah, not really an option. But what I'll be interested to see is, does JG decide to first action family growth, or do they say, "Hey, Anise, I have baby sling in hand and played. Why don't you let me do other stuff, and you can do other stuff, and we'll family growth at the end of the round, just like normal." I don't know. I don't know Anise well enough to know how that would happen. So I'll play pig breeder here. Get a clay. So I eat a boar, get a boar back, net plus food. And plus C. First action sow from Romero. Yeah, you know you're in a tough spot when you're having to market cry into first action sowing only 2 fields. Definitely unfortunate. Yeah, I think I like Reedstone Food twice more too because it gets me enough to reno. Although I only need 3 stone to reno to a stone house, don't I? I'm not sure. JG, how's he gonna feed? I guess he has the fireplace. Yeah. Fireplace and 4 vegetable in hand will definitely help. And Romero might actually, he might go on plow, banking on Romero feeding him as well. I think we take 3 wood here. I don't really need the grain, or I don't really need the boar. Because I'm going to eat a boar in this harvest anyways, and I need to keep taking wood as much as I can. So I have enough wood. Okay, so steel plow is 3 wood, and 2 more stables is 2 wood. So I have enough to fence 7 right now, which is not atrocious. Like, it's okay. Romero start player again. This start player into start player into start player might give JG the game and cost me the game. Yeah. Yeah, 2 stone is enough if I don't build. I think building is worth it, Mariska. I have a minor improvement that I want to play, and Reedstone Food is a fine action in order to enable my stone house. Plus, I'm already at clay, so it's like I only need 1 more reno left in the whole game. So I think it's okay. I think we're in a fine spot. So broom into manure. So I'll highlight broom just very briefly. Basically, it's a card that draws you more minor improvements and then plays you another one. Gray says, I might be okay. JG is short on food and wood. Yeah, that's very true. Although their farm is like ridiculously full. Oh, man. Okay. Veggie lover. That helps your feeding quite a bit. Grain and vegetable into 6 food. Compare that to... it's better than steamer, which turns it into 5 food. And then also, yeah. Yeah. What? I mean, it's still... It saves their food, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's always a chance that I get like a stupid like 8 clay action and then decide that building the pottery is worth it. There's always a chance that something like that happens. So I could take boar here. Like Reedstone food makes sense. I have actions. And if family growth doesn't come around 12, then I'm feeling very good about this play. But I certainly will be looking at doing like start players steel plow at some point. I also get to breed my boar in round 12. I need to remember that. I also need to be taking 2 cattle. Anytime I can master stableman 2 cattle, that's an obvious choice of actions. Yeah, Gray saying I should get 2 sheep or 2 cattle next round. I agree. Yep, I agree very much. Very much so. Okay. GG still has 3 more actions. Jeez. Doesn't even need to veggie lover that much. Can just like take 2 boar for 4 food and take 5 food traveling players. Yeah, that works. Works quite nicely. 3 stone maybe. Build a major improvement. Anise has milking stool. Okay, I figured he had to have something like this. Considering how early he pushed out his cattle dealer, I guessed he probably had to have some sort of payoff for cattle. That was my assumption, at least. I'm going to build a clay room. Whoops. And then I feed 5 food, or feed O, 2 food, winter pond. So I only need to subtract 2. So what I'm scared about now is if JG has some kind of big house payoff card, like Master Builder or Chief or something like that. Pretty sure there's no way they can have Chief. I passed Veggie Lover. Did I? I don't remember if I passed Veggie Lover or not. I think it was probably first pick Patron, second pick Veggie Lover. That's my guess. Which is kind of a weird second pick, but maybe if you second picked Veggie Lover after having seen Gardener's Wife. I did pass it, okay. Did I pass Thatcher as well? I don't remember. I don't remember at all. The draft was too long ago. Too long ago. Alright, well, I'm getting a pair of animals. If I don't get a pair of animals, I'm going to be very upset. So he gets 5 bonus points for his poker player for playing Grain Cellar here. Okay. Was it Gray that said he obviously had Grain Cellar? Good, excellent prediction, Gray. Doesn't have enough fields, though. Needs fields desperately. Oh, there was the heavy plow. Ooh, I hope Anise has heavy plow. That would just be like the perfect payoff for this game. And I would definitely have to bump Anise up in terms of strength of and a game. I don't know if it would be enough to go ahead of JG, but it would certainly be very good. So bake. That seems odd. Not what I would have done, but that's me. I'm pretty sure Anise is taking 3 boar here. Getting that breeding pair of boar is pretty nice. Yep. So I get 2 cattle. Cannot complain about that. I should remove my winter pond food and collect my other food. There we go. -2. Like so. So here's a question. Do I want to start player into plow sow? Or am I okay waiting and gambling on getting start player around 13? I guess I'll know if I don't have the option to plow sow here, somebody else will have, so I'll have a good sense of where I'm seated in round 13. JG thinking, taking read. Another room? Probably Basket Maker's Workshop, I would think. Oh, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Anise first action heavy plow, I'm guessing. So I should assume that I could first action steel plow, but I wouldn't mind family growthing first action as well. So what I could do here is I could family growth steel plow, gambling that plow when field will come back. And if it does, then I can family growth into sow bake next round. But Romero also wants sow bake. And if I plow, he will definitely plow deal maker. So I would have to first action sow. Which, is that any good? No, not really. I'll just do something else then. Take wood? Fence? If I fence right now, it'd be a little sad. I don't have enough room for very much. I think I just take 2 wood and I can fence next round. No. Oh man, 2 wood is not enough. I was thinking 2 wood is enough to fence 11. No, it's not because I'm playing steel plow. That was silly. Well, 2 wood is something for sure. Yeah. Starves GG of wood a little, I guess, which might be worthwhile. But yeah, this heavy plow, so I'm expecting plow sow for Anise. I guess there's a chance he doesn't plow sow and does family growth. It doesn't seem likely, but it is a possibility. No, yeah, with that vegetable take, there's no way. Okay, so I'll save my steel plow. I don't need to reveal it. So I'll play a free bean hole and eat breed for 3 food. And a point on Winter Pond, a point on Beanhole. There are no other global bonus points available, which is interesting. Very unusual to not have a 4-wood occupation in the game. JG, unsurprisingly, getting paid by Romero to fill up the farm. Yeah, doesn't have too many more points left, really. I hope this is Reno Basket Maker's Workshop, because I really want just Reno to be very uncontested at the end of the game. Yep, beautiful. There's a chance Romero start players because of Broom. I'm gonna start player. I'm gonna start player first action. I cannot risk not getting on Plauso in round 14. I need a Plauso action, and if I guess there's a chance. So okay, Gray, what you're saying is there's a chance I could plow into and because Romero would start player Broom. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, so then I could maybe get my 2 actions out. I think start player Steel Plow is fine. And if the thing is, if no, Anise can still family growth even without room. He's only at 4. Same with Romero. Oh, we'll see. We will see. I probably will have a couple point move of taking clay into building like clay oven and getting a vegetable in a field. So if I take 4 clay, build clay oven. Clay oven is 2 points in a field, which is a point, and a vegetable, which is a point, maybe 2 points. So those 3 actions for 5 points? That's not bad. Is it better than taking wood? Because taking wood is each wood is pretty much 1-to-1 food at 1-to-1 points at this point. Every wood that I take is gonna convert very highly to points from fencing. I also would like to fence before this next harvest because it would let me hold more animals on my farm. Like it would let me breed boar and cattle twice more. So yeah. But I mean, even if I don't make space, I'm just going to eat a boar, breed a cattle, and then breed each of them in round 14, and then so I only lose out on 1 point from not fencing here. And JG just fenced 4. Really feeling the wood tightness, that's for sure. With a big 5-room stone house, though, 5 family members, certainly you can afford to get out of some. Oh, man. Well, that is not at all what I was expecting to happen. I was like, there's no way I could just play Bean. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I was like, oh, there's no way. No way I'm getting Plauso. And Ace is definitely going on Plauso. Oh. Jeez. Okay, family growth is good. Getting more people is good for sure. But playing risky. There's a chance he doesn't get another plow action now. Very risky by Anise. I mean, JG doesn't necessarily want to plow that much, but that's really funny. That is really funny. I'm pretty sure Anise is not renovating anymore because of paintbrush. They're just going to keep throwing all their they're going to throw all their clay into paintbrush. They would have to take clay and reed in order to reno. So, doesn't seem worth it on a 3-room house. Although they don't have that many more points available to them, so who knows? There you go. They get on plow, so it worked out for them. Okay, 3 wood takes me from fencing like a really awkward 8, like up here, to fencing like much nicer. So I think I take 3 wood here. I can still get the clay and do the clay play. It's just it'll be a little like I won't get the vegetable as well. Actually, I could still do that because it looks like Reno should be safe in round 14. So I can save my Reedstone food action, and actually I don't even need a Reedstone food action. 2 reed is enough for me to get to Reno. So yeah, I can do that. I could take 4 clay and then 4 clay and fence, maybe. Or 4 clay and vegetable clay oven. And plan on Reno fence last round. Romero also wants to Reno fence, but Romero might fence this round too. Yeah, there we go. There's Romero fencing. Sure. Well, the farm has certainly improved. The plow deal maker and the grain seller help with that. But it's also helped his opponents quite a bit. Quite a bit. I could also sow here. Sow here is almost as good as renovating or as taking vegetable. It's 1 fewer vegetable, but it also gets me. Does it get me another? It gets me more points from grain, right? Because if I sow 1 grain, then I have 2 on the field, 2 in supply, and another 2, so I get to 8. So sowing is just as good as taking vegetable. So I could do that. Of course, it doesn't get me the clay oven, but I might get the clay oven anyways. Yeah, he's 2 actions away from being able to Reno, so I'm feeling quite safe there. But you know what? This Reno move is too important. Let's I can build pottery instead of clay oven if I read stone food. Ooh, I like that. Although they're the same amount of points. I guess pottery lets me eat the extra clay for 2 food. And it also gives me a 2-point action in round 14 if I take 4 clay. Yeah. I think I take Reedstone food either way because I have to be able to first action Reno. Because if I can't first action Reno and my opponents bank on me first action plow field, then they can give me the choice Reno or plow sow. And I don't want to be put in that situation. Yeah, not being able to breed my boar here is a little sad. Yeah, it's a little sad, but it's not awful. It's what happens when you don't Reno until round 14. I'm going to have reasonable animal points considering that I don't have any fences till round 14. Of course, it's not exactly not having fences when I have 4 stables, but Romero thinking about sow bake or what? Taking stone? Okay. Yeah, clay oven's still available, so Romero may be wanting clay oven. Or just pottery, Reno pottery. I have to say, the games come together for Romero, that's for sure. Will they have enough of points to beat the rest of us, though? That's more questionable. So Anise is at 5 family members, so I'm only competing with Romero for family growth even without room. And I have action priority over him, so looking okay. So what should my last move be? 4 clay, probably? Man, GG just has, like, no moves left to them, eh? Like, none. Like, they don't have... Like, wood is super inefficient to grab. They could take 2 wood into building a stable. I could sow instead of taking the clay. And actually, you know what? I am going to do that. I am going to do that. I can clay and do stuff later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do sow bake. That works. O. Pond 1. O took pond already. 5 food to F8. So -5. Minus a boar to breed my cattle. Romero does Reno pottery. Okay. So now Romero has the option of reedstone food into Reno in the last round as well. Which should be available, because I'm the only other one that wants to Reno. And if he banks on me wanting Reno fence, JG does play the clay oven. Okay. Yeah. I knew when I gave up, there's always a chance of that when I gave up on 4 clay. So what are my actions in the last round going to be? Reno, plow, sow, family growth, and maybe like a 1-2 sheep action or something, or a 2-point sheep action. So yeah, Reno fence. So next action, family growth, I think. Unless Romero family grows, but I think he might sow. Hard to say what Romero will do. Might take, probably not take cattle actually. They should have better moves than take cattle, I would think. It might just be family growth. If they take family growth, then I'm a little sad because I'm gonna run out of points here. Yeah. I mean, I can take wood. Taking 3 wood is 2 points. So I can do that. 3 wood is 2 points. 1 sheep is 2 points. Yeah, those actions are fine. No one else is going to take 1 sheep. Actually, the Gelder might. Who played Gelder? Anise. But Anise doesn't have room for more sheep. Anise needs stables first. Anise might 3 wood, actually. Well, I certainly did not love it because of all the start players in a row, but Romero actually put a game together. Well done. I have to say well done. Don't know if it'll be enough, but nicely done. Oh, here's the borrowed plow. Okay. So 1 wood to JG, and borrowed plow goes into my hand. Sure, I'll take 3 wood. If I take 3 wood, then my Reno fence is certainly safe. Seems like the most safe of my actions. I actually need to Reno fence before I take sheep, because I don't have room to hold sheep and breed both my things. But yeah, really, really nobody wants sheep. Romero wants grain instead of sheep. Yeah. Yeah, getting that extra field from Plow Deal Maker makes sowing so much more worthwhile for sure for him. So I would expect he wants to convert to a cattle, but the thing is, 4 grain to a cattle is not a great conversion. Not when you only have 9 grain. You'd much rather convert 1 sheep and then take a grain normally, I would guess. Might still do Market Crier as well. Market Crier would not give any points to me, so that would be a point in its favor. Like, you're not giving away as many points as you were earlier in the game. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to cover that last space, but I'll cover it with the pasture, so it's okay. I can just eat a cow, I need the food anyways. But I don't want to eat the cow if I don't have to. Yeah, I do need 2 food from somewhere. And there's no immediately obvious answer. One market cry would be 1 food, but I would still need 1 more, so yeah. Looks like I'm eating something. Your last action is reno fence, and then sheep. Yes, I have to eat something. Yep. Yeah, and certainly one action is reno fence. And is anything better than taking sheep? No. Nothing's more than 2 points. Well, I definitely need to reno fence with this action because Anise just took the resources to reno. Fence 14, save a stone. Could take a vegetable and joinery. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, Anise isn't in clay. Oh, man. Oh, you're right. Plus a grain. Yeah, darn. That's right. I should have. That was probably a better move than sheep. Was certainly a better move than sheep. Oh, darn. Thanks, Gray. I'm sorry about that. I didn't see it at all. I didn't even think about joinery. I kind of forgot about stonecutter, honestly. But yeah, vegetable. I could have vegetable joinery, and then I could plow another field with my peasant. So then it doesn't matter that I'm giving up 2 wood because I just have the same number of pastures, same number of occupied spaces. Yeah. Darn. I don't think it'll end up mattering because I'm pretty sure. Oh, it'll be tight. Who knows? 4 food, A to feed. GG. So I have whatever I scored plus 2, so it should be quite strong. 51. Nice. 51 is a very good score. Romero sitting at 42 plus 1 plus 5. So sitting at 48 without having bred and without having done any extra grain converting and with 1 action left in the game. JG is sitting at only 43 plus 2, 45, but also has Veggie Lover conversions. So Veggie Lover is worth it as long as you're converting excess vegetable and grain. So he's going to give up like 3 points, but then gain 6 points. So sitting at like 48. with 2 actions to go. And then Anise, only 34. Yeah, Anise doesn't have enough. Milking Stool will be worth 3. Paintbrush will be worth 5, but it's just not enough. So it's a question of can Romero tie me, actually? Or beat me. Might be able to beat me. I'm not sure. It's 1 more point. Sorry, I didn't catch when you said that, Gray. Were you talking about the joinery play? Joinery play should have been more than 1 more point. Oh, maybe it's only 1 more point because of vegetable. Yeah, you're gaining the vegetable, giving up the sheep. Joinery is worth 2 points. Yeah, it's probably only a 1 point difference. Does Anise beat me? I would be surprised if that's the case. Reno Joinery, last action. Playing Drinking Trough. Okay. $39 plus 4, or well, 5 paintbrush plus 2 gelder. I don't see the last couple points. Oh, and then Milking Stool 3. That might be close. So 51 for me. I'll have to see where the others end up. JG does not beat me. Yeah, there's no way. Romero hits 50. Alright. Makes sense. How did Anise feed? Did they announce it? Anise has not announced their feeding yet. Pretty sure they didn't. So 51, 50, Anise has 50, yeah. Close one. Very close. What does JG end with? Romero says most horrible day for me ever. JG hits 50, wow. Where's the 6 bonus points coming from? Veggie Lover, okay. So JG converted 3 pairs, so they give up 1. They gave up 2 points, so they went down to 41. And then they counted 42 on their farm. I'm not sure where they got the 42 count from. Anyways, it's not like he's asking for the win, so I guess I don't really care. Like, foraging makes sense, Muddy Bog, yes, Veggie Lover for 6 makes sense, but I'm seeing 6 vegetables and 5 grain. Wasn't Anise showing 5 boar before the harvest? I assume Anise ate all their boar. That's my guess. I assume Anise had to eat 2 boar. 2 boar, milking stool to feed. So 51, 50, 50, 50. Very tight game. Considering that I went last in the couple key rounds, and also the fact that I totally misplayed that round 13, end of round 12, beginning of round 13, should absolutely have played Steel Plow instead of Beanhole. Now, if I had done that, maybe Anise doesn't pass me Plow So. Paintbrush. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he counted Paintbrush already. Because he's showing a 5-point paintbrush, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's got 5 points on paintbrush here. Because he didn't paintbrush in round 1 because he didn't have a boar in round 1. Grace says, I think they could have tied if they paid their harvester better, but whatever, that's on them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this little video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. My hand was quite strong. I had a very strong hand of cards. And it was a super tight game, 51 points to 50 from all 3 opponents. Yeah. Could have got 1 more point at the end. I absolutely could have done that joinery play, especially because I have 2 spaces I can play a major on. So it's like a little less blockable than normal. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's going to be all for me. I will stream Saturday. I'm going to stream on Saturday, sometime in the afternoon. So give me a follow and check me out then. It'll be later than I started today. I'm going to go do some Magic drafts in the afternoon, so probably it'll be after that. So we're looking at like a 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern North America time at the earliest. So sometime in the evening. Hopefully the site's active enough. If not, then I'll stream like late. I might stream really late, like after the Leafs game, like 10, 11 p.m. when like Wallfly and people start coming online on the West Coast at night. So something like that. And if I don't stream Saturday, I'll really try to do so on Sunday, although I do work a bit on Sunday, so I'll work a bit on Saturday too. Anyways. Alright. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Bye.